Prasad here, and his attention is going to join us in a couple of seconds. So he's also a research scholar, and his area of research lies in face recognition on the children's emotional protection. He's also currently working as an assistant professor in the first grade college MIT. And we have with us Ms. Nandini D, who is also a research scholar, who is an NED JRF qualified person. Her area of research lies in designing an AI model in quality evaluation of the food products. And we have with us the third person, Swaroop D, who's a senior data scientist with over 12 years of experience at Fidelity. He's also a research scholar under the guidance of Dr. T.S. Guru. His area of research comes in ML and future engineering pipeline. Technology University for this session.
Good afternoon, everyone. We, the research scholars from Department of Studies in Computer Science, are here for the presentation on enhancing the presentation on AI tools demo in the writing skills. So, first of all, let's see what is artificial intelligence is. Artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence by machine, enabling to perform tasks such as learning, problem solving, and decision making. Over the years, AI has evolved from rule-based system to the advanced models. So, capable of deep learning and natural language processing. A significant subset of artificial intelligence is generative AI, where it focuses on creating a new content such as text, image, music, code by understanding the patterns in the data. So one such prominent example of generative AI is ChatGPT. A ChatGPT is a conversational AI developed by OpenAI. It is designed to understand and generate the human-led text responses in response to the prompts. Majorly, it depends on the prompts how we will give. So this is the history of ChatGPT. Initially, the ChatGPT evolved at 2018. It is a transformer-based model. Then later, 2019, a text improved version of ChatGPT was evolved as ChatGPT GPT-2. Then later in 2020, GPT-3 was evolved with more number of training parameters. Then ChatGPT was evolved in 2022. It is a fine-tuned version of GPT-3, which provides the conversational interaction. Then we have presently GPT-4, which was evolved at 2023, which has a more powerful and multimodal capabilities of accepting the text as well as image as an input. Then coming to the features of ChatGPT, these are the set of features that ChatGPT provides us. First is the conversational ability. Through the conversational ability of ChatGPT enables us to generating a content dynamically and provide us more accurate responses to the prompts. Versatility ability of ChatGPT helps us in generating the text codes and understands answers. It gives answers to the question and it explains the concepts. It supports the multi-language support through which it understands and generates the content in multiple languages. Through the customization facility of ChatGPT can be fine-tuned to a specific task with a specific prompts. Through ChatGPT, we can have different facilities for efficient writing. For example, through ChatGPT, we can generate the drafts for reports, essays, articles, and the ChatGPT helps in proofreading. It corrects the grammar. And there are many facilities with respect to ChatGPT helps in writing the articles. It also helps in citations, assistance. So finally, through these set of features, the ChatGPT has become one of the future for AI and generative AI. This is one example of one such example of failure case of ChatGPT. So we tried to give one Pasana. Then the response from the ChatGPT was, ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ನಾನು ಇನ್ನು ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Like it means majorly it depends on the data at which it's trained on. If the data is not trained with the GPT, then the response will not going to be appropriate. So through this introduction, I welcome Swaroop D for the subsequent presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Swaroop. I'm a research scholar under Professor P.S. Guru. I'm a part-time research scholar. I'm also working as a senior data scientist at Fidelity Investments. I have over 12 years of experience. In continuation to what my colleague Nandini had done, what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to show that different tools that are available under AI, which can be used by both CS and non-CS candidates. What are the advantages of it? In which field they can be applied? What are the different drawbacks of them? This is one such case where the Gen AI fails. Okay, just to give a brief introduction. If we split AI, it will be split into two parts. There are different ways of classification. One is classical machine learning, where we, as you know, where we'll have different linear regressions, SVMs, RFs, and so on. Then the deep learning methodology. Then we have something called as the reinforcement learning. So these Gen AIs are just the reincarnations of these reinforcement techniques along with the deep learning methodologies. So as the way she gave the different instances of ChatGPT, currently we have the ChatGPT 4.0 where it almost answers most of your questions. It all depends on the kind of data that we are working on. And the tools that are available to us are also constantly getting updated. So that's the reason why they're kind of paid. 3.5 is, you can get a free subscription of that, but other than those things, most of the things will be paid. So here we'll try to show you different use cases under which we can apply the Gen AI. What are the advantages, disadvantages, and so that you can build upon that. All right. Okay. So my lecture will be in the following format. Initially, I will be teaching you the different use cases that are available with respect to teaching, which can be subjected into planning, content, student support, and so on. I try to showcase the different tools that are available, how you can use them. But behind them, it's always an LLM that is working. All right. If you are from CS background, we can do that using coding itself, the llamas, and so on. Right. Else, still we can take use of the advantages of Gen AI. Right. So I'll be starting with the different tools that are present in teaching, then I'll move towards the research and education part, especially for people who are working on publishing paper, who are doing their PhD. How can you use them? How can you rightly point towards the prompt, and how to correct such that your plagiarism is less than 15% and so on, right? Past that, we'll be seeing the different plagiarisms, the tools that are available, freely available. Of course, you have to turn it in, right? First, what I try to do is I try to showcase you the different tools, then I try to give a demo of each one of them. All right. This is one such tool, which we call it as Magic School. Most of the tools available under this are free. That's the reason why we took it, and you can use it for your education. And it is used in schools and universities in US to track students, to give them assignments. Even you can give them mathematical questions, and you can track them, and you can say whether it's AI generated or not, whether they have written it the right way, whether the answer is right. Whatever the Turnitin can do, this can do more than that. All right, I'll showcase that particular tool. Before that, I'll try to list out all the possible things that are possible with respect to this tool. Fair enough? Okay. So this is how the interface of this magic tool is. You can directly log in, give your email. There are different tools that are present here. So on a higher level, we try to use it.
Hold it and switches it. Don't hold it back.
Okay, fine. So this is the front end of this tool that is present. This can be used by both teachers, university level teachers, researchers, people who want to publish papers and so on. Okay. Anyway, so we'll continue with this. So this is one very good tool, right? Where you can use it as a teacher, you can use it as a student, you can use it as a researcher, or someone who is pursuing his PhD and so on. This is one such tool, and this has lots of inbuilt applications that are present in it, and I'll showcase you each one of the applications, their usages. If we see AI, we see that it can be applied in three different ways, either to NLP or to an image or to a tabular data, which can be formatted to a template.
That might be out of.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Thanks for that. So this is one particular tool where different kinds of people can use it, both CS and non-CS background, and there are different applications in it. If we see AI, we can broadly divide it into NLP, the generative AI, then towards the image, the application of image, and towards the tabular data, which is the numerical data. Most of the companies will either be in the time series format or they will be in the NLP format. All right. Image is a very niche field. So this is one such tool, and this has many such applications in it, and I'll showcase the applications or the output of each one of these. All right. Around close to 40 of them are free in this. Some of them are charged. You have to pay for them. So this is the most used tool with respect to the AI tools that's used all over the world. In fact, this is officially used by US government for their schools.
So I'll be teaching you what's a Rubik cube, what's an academic content generator. If you have a YouTube, say that YouTube video is around 10 hours, say we want to summarize them, we want to finish it very fast, right? There's a new Gen AI platform that's available. We want to summarize it and we want to ask those questions to our students, or we want to convert it into a mathematical equation or something. We can do all those things. Then say you have some special kids in your university or school, then you have tools to handle them also. Then we have the text leveler, which mainly towards the NLP form. So this is with respect to the magic tool. So let me showcase. So I have already run it. So this is the magic tool. You can directly get into it. You can log in and you can use it for free. These are the different tools that are available. Text writer, image generator, presenter generator, lesson plan, so on, report cards, everything that you can do for your students with respect to the academics that can be done here. Already, you can even frame a question for that. Let's take some of the most used tools that are available. Right. Anyways, I have stored it. Not an issue. Say you want to generate an academic content for your students. Okay, there is one particular tool called as academic content generator. Say you want to teach something new. Mind you that students, I want to include the history also that's present with respect to the said division. Means the basic part of it. Say I'm starting with the first class for those particular students. You can change them. You can change the criteria. You can say that you want an advanced subject here. You want say 10 pages here. You can. Maybe you want something like a diagram here. Even diagrams are also shown in this case. I'll show you those things. So it will directly give you an output. Okay. For these prompts, these are actually prompts. Right. The way you enter the English language inside a ChatGPT, it's called as a prompt. Basically, you will enter it as a question, but that's not the right format. You have to enter it in a particular format or framework. This guides you to enter in such particular format. All right, this will be converted into that particular prompt which is running behind your system. All right, what it's saying is, for a graduate level student, I want a short story of 1 page with respect to the process of cell division, and I want to include the history of events. If you do the same thing over ChatGPT 4.0, you will get this answer, not over 3 or 3.0. All right, so you can generate your content, not just history. It can be science, it can be mathematics, it can be LLM, it can be your chemistry or so on. We can do a science experiments, lab experiments also and showcase them. So this is one such tool, which we call it as the academic content generator. Say, I want to summarize the text that is given, the previous one only, I have copied this particular thing. So I have copied this. Alright, I have copied this. I have pasted it here. And I want 5 bullet points so that I want to summarize the events that's happening for my PPT. I can do that using this particular text summarizer. You can do that for your book. If you want to generate a PPT, you can put your particular topic here and it's freely available. Alright, if you want 5 bullet points, 10 bullet points, according to your needs. That particular app is text summarizer, which is present here in the Magic School one. Anyways. Now say I want to generate questions based on this. Alright. I have to use this text dependent question application that is present in Magic. Okay. I have to just copy paste the things. Instead of this thought provoking, I can directly do it as comprehensive questions, something like this. So this kind of a prompt that is running behind the front end of this application. Okay. So it will give you the questions and the answers. Accordingly, you can prepare your question paper and so on. Right? And mind you, this will always be random. And this is always data dependent. Next one. There is something called as 5E model plan, which is with respect to the library science. I came to know that this is towards the library science of it. So I try to build some model lesson plan for library science students. So I gave a university student level for library science. I want to teach them artificial intelligence. The standard can be anything. These are US standards, so you can give any standard. All right. This is the output it has given. You want to engage them. There are 2 class per periods of 90 minutes. It will give an entire plan of it. It will even give you the syllabus. Not just like this, anything. It's just an example. All right. Since this workshop is about library science, I did this. Then it will give you the case study. It will tell you how to evaluate also and the standards also that is important. Now I'll come back to something called as the Rubik cube. Once you have given an assignment to them, let's see. So there are different ways of evaluating things. There should be a standardization, right? Like one teacher might evaluate based on the maths equation that he has written, another student might evaluate the steps that he has done. So we want to standardize things. For this, we have used something called as the Rubik generator. Alright, since JC is known for an engineering level, so it has a 4-year engineering course, and I'll take a point scale of 3. Then say some essay, some argumentative essay. Alright, it can be a conclusive essay, it can be a thought-provoking essay, it can be a mathematical equation. It depends on your imagination, whatever you want. Alright, I'm asking them to write an essay such that they can persuade for change of school policy. Alright, so this is how the system is telling you to evaluate the students and diversify the marks. For thesis statements, you give them 3 points. And what should it contain? The 2 points should be given to this, and 1 point should be given if there is any clear or missing things, supporting arguments, evidence, organization. So this is what the LLM is telling you to correct your paper with or to evaluate your students with. This particular tool is Rubik generator. So let's see some of the other tools. Here, this is the lesson plan. Using this lesson plan, we have devised the methodology of correcting those students. Right. Now, since there are some math faculties also, so I asked the LLM for a university for framing the questions for university students with number of problems being 5 for a linear algebra subject. All right. See the questions it has given by itself. And if I want an answer, it will give me an answer also. And this happened for a period of just less than a second. Right? And this will always be random. Now say you people are from library science. I ask the system for a graduate level student. I want them to prepare a data table such that different subjects are in the way they are stored in a library. For example, if there is a mathematics book, I want that to be kept for first standard in a different place and for a university student in a different place. So I asked it to give me the format of it. See the table it has. You have to just copy paste it and you have to arrange your shelf accordingly. Alright, if I want to arrange them in the publication wise, I have to just change it here. Right? This tool is called as data table analysis. You can do that for your engineering subjects, especially ECE students and so on. Right? If you want to generate a tabular data for or a CSV file for your ML algorithm, you can use this. Okay. Right. The other one is Science Lab. Right? I wanted it to develop some quantum physics experiments for an university level student. So these are the set of experiments that it has. If I want it for organic chemistry or some other subject or biology, you can do that here. Right? Next. Say you want to create a survey of this 2-day workshop, you can directly generate it through here only. You can say we are from a professional staff. This is for professional staff, right? So the number of questions may be 5. I want a feedback form of that which enhances the academic writing skills with respect to AI tools. And these are the set of questions that you have to distribute among the participants. If they answer this, you will know where you are. And you can use the Rubik cube generator to grade them. Right? There is one another tool. This tool is called as Survey Creator. Now, this is our sir, Professor D.S. Guru. He had given a lecture with respect to artificial intelligence in JSS radio. And this is about, say, 1.5 hours long. I want to summarize this. I want to summarize this and I want to, I don't have much of a time. I want to summarize this. Say I'm a teacher and I want to base my question based on this particular topic. Right? It can be anything. It can be your Stanford lecture. It can be your MBTA lecture. It can be anything. For you to watch a particular lecture and then to frame a question, it will take at least 3-4 hours of your time. This will happen in a minute. So we took this. Even sir is speaking in Kannada. He's speaking in Kannada. Yeah. All right. I don't know whether the internet. Not audible. Anyways. So he's speaking in 2 different languages and the system is catching it. And I've asked it to give a summary of that. I've just given the link of it and I'm asking it to give a summary of that. So it has given me a summary. Irrespective of the language, it can be Hindi, Kannada, English, Spanish. Alright. I think they have trained somewhere around 40 to 50 different languages, if I'm not. The next one is I wanted to frame certain questions based on the lecture that our sir has given. Alright, for that, I have to use this particular YouTube video questions. These are just applications that are inside that Magic School. It is just a GUI. You have to just click them. You can do that using Llamas also, or any other. Alright, it is giving a question. The next one, I have took the Stanford course here because these course, if you see them, it will be something like 2 hours each for say a month and so on. You don't have so much of time to prepare for your exams or if you want to prepare for your placements. Alright, you can directly convert that and you can convert them into a summary. This is the first summary of the first lecture, CS221 of Stanford. It depends on what prompt you give. If you ask it to deepen it, say I want 3 pages, it will give you in 3 pages. And it's freely available. And you don't have to be a prompt engineer to do this. Prompt engineering is kind of a level where you can be recruited. Okay? Next one. So as I told you, for special students, say for example, in this case, I have considered one particular student who has autism and he is in 11th grade. All right. And I have described his symptoms and maybe he's fighting or so on. So you might have a challenge with respect to handling him in your course, right? So what would be the different approaches that you can take with respect to that particular student and what are the different standards that are available? All right, this particular tool is IEP generator inside that Magic School. All right, now just for the sake of the argument, I have taken the Kannada language and I have converted it, and it is giving me an English conversion of that, which is grammatically correct. You can take any of your Kannada text which is available, you can convert it into English, you can summarize it. This is the power of Magic. And this changes frequently. Alright, if someone writes a book and if it's publicly available, it will get trained on that. Alright, maybe after 1 year the output will be different. Clear? So let's get back to the PPT part of it. So this was with respect to the teaching part of tools that are available. There are many different tools. I am showcasing you those tools which are freely available and you can use it to a certain extent also. Some tools are something like I'll showcase you. It will only allow you to enter 1000 words. After that, it will ask you to pay money, right? So this is with respect to teaching. So let's get into the research part of it. Who are researchers, PhD, who are pursuing their PhD or post-graduation or what's published their paper or their promotions or anything, right? So I showcase you 3 different tools in this. One is Scholarship, second one is the PPT generator, third one is the image analysis. In fact, I have trained an entire book on this and it will give me a PPT of it. It's your famous YouTube NGO deep learning book. Let's shall I move? So let's move to these tools. Yeah, stay with the- This tool is Scholarship. You can either drop your .txt file or your PDF or your Excel, any text file here. I come to the image part of it also. This is with respect to the text. Or else you can give an URL, and there is an app called Zotero where you maintain your different papers or references. Right? If there is a duplication, you can remove that. This is the very famous one. From there also you can give a link. And if you try to analyze this, I give this particular book, the deep learning book. This is a very famous book, Yoshua Bengio, Jan LeCun. Right? These are kind of the pioneers of AI. Right? Let's see what it will give. So it has summarized the entire book here. See, it's part of it. If I go to the snapshot of it, it will tell me the snapshot. What are the key findings of this? What are the objectives of this particular book or paper? The results. This is like a snapshot or a summary. If I want to go to the analysis part of it, it has given me the research comparison, the limitations, the future work, the practical applications that are present here. All right. So this is very useful for people who want to study a very new subject here. Right? You can reduce your time of training for that particular subject. You can even give a code here. We'll explain the code. I'm not showcasing that because there are many non-CS people. That's the reason. All right. Anything. It can be from any field. It can be your JavaScript, front-end, back-end. This is continuously trained. All right. Now, so this was the book. You can give another paper. Other than that, like as I told you, there is a PPT generator, all right, which is called as the Slide Speaks. It is freely available. All right. You can even give a textbook to it. All right. You have to just start it now and you have to upload it. This will take some time for me to upload. I have already done it for you people. It will ask you certain questions like how many slides you want, which chapter is more important to you, and at what level you want this particular slides to be. After that, it will directly give you an. So there is no need for you to say you want to present something for your projects or something. You want to present something for your research or maybe your colloquium or something, anything. This can be used and it's freely available. See the quality of this. All I did was answered some questions and I uploaded the text. As simple as this. All right. If I have any mathematical question, I'll take from here, then I'll again go to Magic School. I'll copy paste it there. You should know which tool to use, that's all, and where to paste it. Then it will convert it. Then there is a code generator also in Magic School. You can generate a code there, which will be much, much better than your Gemini. All right. So this is with respect to the academic part of it and the research part of it. And one of the important things that happen with respect to research is, so I've completed the, image part. I'll showcase you an image also. Yeah. Okay. So the tool with respect to image is Canva. All right. There are many different applications. You just go and try it. It's free. All right. You can teach your students using this whiteboard. You can present your slides here. You can take topics from social media. Means LinkedIn. LinkedIn has some set of courses. But it can be any course that you allow it. All right. I have just used it for image. See the set of questions that I've asked. The first question is, give me an image which is a block diagram of amalgamation of object detection, of object segmentation, feature extraction, and a ResNet mobile built over that particular image. So this is the question. This is very specific with respect to computer vision. All right, see the output that it is. So this is kind of a text to image conversion. This is a very tough thing to do it in your deep learning. All right. See here, my second prompt is give me a block diagram which is the architecture of application of artificial intelligence to library science. I want even the front end and back end design to be included in this. See the kind of block diagram that is given by the system. It's saying there is a recommendation system. There is a field in itself. This is the block diagram that is trying to recommend to a coder. Right? Next one. Give me the block diagram which is the architecture of application of artificial intelligence to topic identification. It's an NLP thing. Right? So you can't do that in your ChatGPT. For that you have to pay. In Gemini you can put your slide or skip this thing, but in ChatGPT you have to pay. Right? Here it's available free. All right. So we'll get to the next part of it, which is the with respect to the academics, which is the plagiarism or plagiarism to be precise. All right. So Turnitin is the most used tool. Unfortunately, it has to be paid, and individuals cannot log into it. It has to be through. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It has to be through your institution or an organization, right? Unless your organization has registered to this, and this is very costly. Unless your organization is registered to this, you would not be able to use any one of this. So what I will try to demonstrate is, I'll just try to put a random text. It will show a very high plagiarism. I teach you how to use these tools to convert it into a text which has less than 15 or 10% of plagiarism. And it will also make sure that that particular text is not AI detected. Why? Because Turnitin has both nowadays. It will say that it has plagiarism, and if it's unable to catch the plagiarism, it will say that it is AI generated. So we have to beat both. This we call it as paraphrasing. This technique we call it as paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means you read the text, you rewrite it. But if you try to rewrite a paper, it will take 1 week, 2 weeks, and so on. And nowadays, with the explosion of the research paper that's available with respect to your subject, you can't do that. Or else your literature survey will be very weak, and you will not be able to find a research gap in your research. Because a lot of people are doing research nowadays. Companies are doing research. So let's try to see this. And these are freely available tools. All right, so that you can go back and use it. So I'll just take one blog. You can just Google it. The blog is how AI can improve health for everyone and everywhere. All right, this is the text it has given. Someone has written this blog. I'll just copy paste it, and I'll use a tool by name Small SEO Tools. This is the problem with these tools. You can see the drawbacks here. This will only allow only 1,000 words. You can't do that with your system. So I have just stored it here. This will take some amount of time. You have to just copy paste it. You have to just take this. So I'll just copy paste it. Let's see. I'll try to run this. A simple blog. You have to just copy paste it here. Alright. And you have to check the plagiarism that is present. It has already gone beyond. Okay, so it's almost 97% plagiarized. So because I have copied it from this thing. And also, if I click this detect AI, it will tell me that which all parts of that particular text is copied. This happens in Turnitin also. It will give a color marking that this is the percentage. This is copied from this and so on. Okay, so this is human written. That particular person has written it. So he seems to be a very fair person. So the AI written content is very less. Now, this is another particular. This is with respect to reverse image. Okay, so let me take one image. This is called as reverse image. Earlier I converted text into image. Now let's say I take one particular image. There is some image to text. I will drop it here. Alright, so I'll try to see what are the similar things that are present here. One more thing is I have taken Mysore Palace here. Okay, let me take JC itself. So it will give me. So if I go to this particular this thing, it will show me what all. It's like a Google search of your image. So it will tell me from which paper this image has been copied. All right, or the similar things that are present here. So we did both text to image, image to text. All right, but if you do this in your Google, it will just tell you, say you put Mysore Palace or something, it will give you different images of Mysore Palace. Can't do this then. Right, it has given me the article itself. So that's the advantage of this. And different demos for it. Anyway, so okay, so what I've done here is there is another tool which is called as the paraphraser.io. I have just copied this particular tool which has 97% plagiarism, and I have pasted it here in this particular tool, and this will give me an output. Gravity Write is another particular tool which will do this. It's called as this is the Gravity Write. Paraphraser, Gravity Write. I just copy those things to these tools. All right. Yes. So I have copied that thing here and I have generated a content here. So it has converted a plagiarized content and converted into something. Some other format. Let's see whether it has plagiarism or not. So I'll paste this particular thing again in the small SEO tools which I used earlier. Let's see what would be the. So I'll paste this here. The same thing. This is a rewritten content. Let's see whether the plagiarism has been reduced. Earlier it was 97%. Result is very good. This you can see the plagiarized content here. So it's only 6%. The same thing I have rewritten. It has almost 68 and 77%. Will be 6% only. Just like this. So a 97% content has been converted into a 6% one. And it will pass the AI test also. For this, you will go back and you will sit and write everything and you'll do it, discuss with your. All those are,
This for AI.
yes, you can do that.
Not put in citation.
The-
Citation is not required.
No. It's kind of doing the paraphrasing work for you.
Even paraphrasing also.
It's doing the paraphrasing work for you.
Even paraphrasing also, we should do that citation.
Yes, citations.
Yeah.
But that we have a different tool for that. If you have particular things, say for example, let's say a chief health officer and ability to address major societal issues.
Yeah.
So this would be a kind of, you would have taken this from something else. What if I paraphrase it in such a way that this is not present? So this is based on a deep learning methodology or an LLM. So we don't know what's happening inside. But once you paraphrase it, it will make sure that it is always lesser than any of the tools which can catch this part.
So paraphrasing is also a kind of AI generation. It will show us AI fine-tuned, isn't it?
Paraphrasing is a concept which has been implemented into deep learning methodology, and they have built deep learning models on that. So that's what is running behind this.
So you can check AI. First,
I'll
it
run that.
will show us AI fine-tuned.
Maybe it will show. Maybe it will show. Please go back and try to experiment on this. Small SEO tools.
Yeah.
I'm taking the question. Might require. Likely to be human written text. So it has passed both of it.
Easy to research.
So you can easily convert one paper to the other, and you are not cut. That's the power of AI. All right. So your research scholars, you please go and experiment. I'm just showcasing you the most used tools, 10 or 20. That's all. There are hundreds of tools within this itself. All right. Next one. So I just wanted to showcase the AI that is present in the Google image. So I just took, internet is very slow. I just took our search photo and I searched it. It gave me everything he has worked on. So there is no need for me to remember anyone's name. Just use the snapshot tool. Just paste it again. So I can see what are the different works our sir has done. Everything. So you are no more anonymous in this AI world. Everything that they have entered publicly. The thing is, earlier you had to search. Nowadays you don't have to search. You have to just their image, their face. Earlier I had to put Professor DS Guru phone number or the university. Then I used to get it. Alright? Now there is no need of it. I will even get the citation, the co-authors, top co-authors who are involved. Everything is available. All right. So I got the citation also. This is mine. So yes. Other than that, we try to generate. I think I did this. Yes. So with respect to this, see. Academic things, we have beaten the plagiarism system here. It was an open tool, and we have beaten the plagiarism also, and we have beaten the AI also. All right. Okay, and these are other set of tools. You can use it, so that you can go and check it. Yeah, also. Most of them are free, not all. Most of them. Alright. This is especially useful for those who are trying to do a literature survey. Read few papers. Alright. Chat YouTube is something. Say you don't even want to read the summarization of that. You have to just give the URL of that image to the chat YouTube, and you keep asking questions. What topic is it on? What's the complexity of it? What is the code behind this? It will answer everything. Chat. All right. So here, if we can see, especially for research, Turnitin is unreplaceable at least up till this point of time, because we used 4 different tools, and with this workshop, we were able to figure that out. But Turnitin is something which is an indispensable tool. It even has attendance. It can take face attendance. It can check whether the assignment that is written by your students is correct or not, or whether it's AI generated through your system only. You have used the system, right? You can create a class and you can give the IDs to your students and they will upload the assignments there. You can take attendance there also. What Mr. Shivprasad has done is, he has generated an attendance system which has already been published, and these are his and sir's custom work, and which will be displayed right now. We have taken around 3 or 4 of them, and it will try to showcase them. Okay. Thank you. So,
Good afternoon, everyone. Prasad. I'm working in a research scholar in Department of Studies in Computer Science and the supervision of Dr. D.S. Guru, sir. Okay. Currently, I'm working as an assistant professor in MIT College.
Audible, sir.
Speak. Go ahead. Okay. Now, audible? Speak. Okay. Now, continuation of my colleague work. Here I am presenting the tool called face attendance system. All of you know the attendance system, right? Okay. And here is the face attendance system. Marking attendance with using their facial features. We are going to recognize the face and mark the attendance of the students or any person. Okay. Here is the tool we developed in our department, and for the past for 2 years back, still it's working. It will be achieving with 100% accuracy. We never fail. Totally we tested in totally 300 plus students in our department. Still it's working. And here I will give the. Here I will show how the system is developed. Here is the architecture. Totally, in this architecture, we have 2 phases. Mainly, we can see. First one is enrollment phase. Another one, attendance marking phase. Enrollment phase is we will train the system. Who is the person? Okay. After attendance marking, we will mark the attendance after looking at the face of the student or a person and mark the attendance using already existing data of that person. Okay. Here, okay. Here is the enrollment process. It's a real-time camera. We are not any filtering, anything. It's just a real-time capturing the real-time video, and it will collect the information of a person, name, address, or their mobile number, email ID, etc. And it will go through the next step for detecting the face. After detection of the face, we will be going to extract the facial feature, extracting and storing into knowledge base. In our model, we will have two sub-models, one for identification, another for verification. Identification is who is that face, and verification is the prediction face is right or wrong. Then only it marks the attendance, right? We should verify that person prediction is correct or not. That's why we have two kind of models here. Finally, we will capture, it will detect the face and recognize who is that person, and it showcases with the green box with name. If any unknown entities comes into the system, it will detect, it will, red box it will show, and it says unknown directly. Okay, it's okay and it's confirmed it's the right person, then only record the attendance. Okay, here is the things. What is the outcome of from that system we expect from our deployed attendance system? All of you know that this is like attendance ledger, what we teachers followed. The dates and the student names. One represents is a present, zero represents it's an absence. Okay, using that we can also include that entering time also. Which system, which student will enter into the camera, with what time exactly enter into the class, like that, and who are the absentees, who are the presenters, how many people are present, how many people are absent, like that. This types of statistics we can take from our system. Okay, now I want to show the demo of the system. confirm the right in that way, if it will be 10 people have come up into the frame, if it will be able to detect the faces, it will recognize the faces. Finally, here in the report you can see here. Actually enrolled 8 persons here. 6 are present in that camp. One more people, Chaitra, already enrolled, but she didn't come here. That's why you can see here after this camp. Okay, and what time they will come also important. And me and Nandini ma'am already enrolled and tested in our lab at 10 and 11 o'clock morning today. And now just now I enrolled the people and what they will come into the class, into the in front of camera in this time. Okay. Like that, you can see that student what time they will come and how that. We are extending this work. We are also extending this work to take another new attribute called emotion. While they entering or we recording the data, in the time they will capture their emotion of that. In the same day, finally finishing the teaching, that lecture, we will see the looking the face how the lecture is effectively accommodated. That's why we are planning already. It's under working on that part. In 1 or 2 weeks, we will get it from this part. We would like to thank the organizer of Library and Information Center, EHS Science and Technology University, Mysore, and also we acknowledge and we thank our supervisor, Dr. D.S. Guru, sir, giving this wonderful opportunity to us to present here with our team. Thank you, Nina. Here is the link. You can find that our Guru sir is presenting AI tools related video. Okay, you can find using this link.
You can use this link and you can go and summarize the things which I have executed. So this is one particular thing. There's a very nice lecture given by our Guru sir, which introduces the subject, what are the application and future implications of it. This will be very useful for those who are in their masters and want to pursue research in the subsequent framework. Thank you. So if you have any doubts,
అదే మ్యామ్ మనకి తెలియదు.
so if you have any doubt or if you want to ask any questions related to this,
Yeah, sir.
Face detection with detailed
ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು
ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
But still it's challenging. Yeah, of course. All institutions, academics, all are need this system. Because of they don't have that much time to write, put a signature in a letter, maintaining. Our plan is to take care of statistics of their looking at what time they will come, was his mood when coming into the work, and lack of
employee. He wants to proceed towards emotion part of it, that he can judge what are the whether the lecture was very effective or not. So you have any doubt with respect to Gen AI or related things? We would be happy to help you out.
Students visits multiple times. How many times does he take the attendance? Like,
Taking the in our last round.
how does the attendance taken when the student visit inside the class? It is like students go for a break. They are inside the class and then they go for a break. Again, they come inside the class.
Actually, these systems are designed for companies where you have a blockage. So once you enter through that, you have to make sure that all such environments are corrected. So once they enter through that, then it will check. Again, if they enter out, the entrance will be such that even that will.
It is for constraint.
Here we focus on only entering time, not exit time. If we put a camera for constraint,
Again, it is a constraint.
yeah.
No, we have done it, he has done it deliberately such that it works at a certain distance. If it's beyond a certain distance, it will not work.
It is like before the hand will pick up. If the student come inside and go back, then the attendance will be taken.
No. It won't depend. When teacher will come, they will be given the teacher ID and give the login ID and start the system. Then only the
Take the attendance, the student will go, like as one for break something. Then, if you don't come, so attendance is given.
yeah. Even. For example, you traditional attendance you are doing like that only.
It is not like all right, sir. If we come back, will it take the salary or how will it?
One of the solutions for this. You fix a two camera. One is for entering, another for exiting. In the time you record that, the entry time and exit time. Also, you have the data of what time he exited, what time he will come. All
It depends on the placement of the camera. It has nothing to do with the year. So if you have multiple cameras, you can integrate them.
Here is the model, you can use that. But if you deploy the solution,
I had called the business scholars from University of Mysore. It was indeed a very informative session. Now I request Arupa ma'am to facilitate the business scholars. Lunch has been arranged in that. Kindly join us for that, and let's gather back at 2 o'clock sharp.
ನಾವು ಡೇಟಾ
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಸಂಜೆ ಸರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಕೊಡೋದಲ್ಲ